At the beginning of this month, Nike celebrated its 50th anniversary, so let's make today's data files all about them.
Let's check out the data files.
The company was founded in 1964 as Blue Ribbon Sports. What? I hear you say, yes it was. By Bill Bauman, who was a track and field coach at the University of Oregon, and his former student, Phil Knight. Knight back then, traveled to Japan where he contacted Onitsuka Tiger Company and convinced them that their shoes had a product in the US market. In 1963, Knight received his first shipment of Tiger shoes, and later he and his previous coach Bauman invested $500 each to form Blue Ribbon Sports, and they went on to open their first retail outlet in 1966. Now, despite their exclusive distribution contact, the relationship between Onitsuka and Blue Ribbon Sports became strained by the early 70s. Earlier this month, Nike shared a letter from its founder, Phil Knight, on social media. On May the 1st, 1972, Onitsuka Company terminated their contract with Knight's company. What could have been a gut punch was a royal kick in the butt that pushed us forward, as Knight recounts. The split from Onitsuka forced Knight to consider making his own line of shoes, a supplier was secured, and all that was left was to decide on what was the logo to put on the shoe and the name on the box. Barbara Smith claims in her book Sneaker Wars that a design student was paid $35 when he presented the inverted comma design, which was later dubbed the Swoosh. Now all that was left was the brand name. One of the first employees of the company, Jeff Johnson, woke up one morning as the print deadline was approaching for the boxes, and he had dreamt of the Greek goddess of victory, Nike. And so, in the winter of 1971, the Nike brand was born. Ta-da! We had a dream, our love for sports, a ton of ambition, a trunk full of running shoes, and a big swoosh on all of them, Nike writes. The company was renamed Nike in 1978 and went public 2 years later. By early 2000s, Nike had retail outlets and distributors in more than 170 countries, and the swoosh was recognized throughout the world. Now, back in 1972, Blue Ribbon Sports was constantly strapped for cash, with $1.3 million in annual sales, according to Knight in his memoir Shoe Dog. 50 years later, Nike is the world's largest sportswear company with $44.5 billion in annual sales. In other words, it now takes Nike roughly 15 minutes to match what it sold in a year in 1972. As the following chart shows, Nike's growth had very few setbacks along the way, with sales never declining for more than a year at a time. I think this file just shows you never know what's around the corner, and what little decision today or the setback you just push through, what it can open up for you and what it can mean. For Nike, it was producing their own shoes and having to come up with a brand name. For you, it could be anything that you're going through right now. All of this puts into perspective the idea of one door closing and another door opening. Hope it helped. See you in the next one. Happy birthday, Nike.